There are so many different angles on this that the scriptures give us. And one is this idea of Jesus being the lamb. It's very odd to talk about the Son of God as a lamb. But we see a picture going back deep into the Old Testament of lambs and goats as well. In our minds, sort of sheep and goats are in very different sort of emotional categories, but that wasn't actually the case for our Jewish forebears in the faith. And this idea that a lamb could be sacrificed in place of humans, it's something that we see actually at the Passover when God was rescuing his people from Israel. And he commanded them to take lambs and to sacrifice them, to sort of daub their blood over the doorposts of their houses, so that the angel of death would pass over their houses and that their firstborn in each house would be protected. You know, it's one of many pictures we have in the Old Testament where there's a sort of substitution of a lamb for a human or for humans before God. But in Jesus, it sort of gets switched around because Jesus is the lamb. He is human, and he takes the place of the lamb to die for us. Now, one of the ways in which the cross is offensive in our society today is because on the cross Jesus was dying not only to identify with those who are suffering, although he was doing that, and not only to sort of absorb the evil in the world, although he was doing that, not only to conquer sin and death, although he was doing that, but actually to pay the price, to take the punishment for your and my sin. And we modern Westerners hate that idea because we really don't want to believe that we're actually fundamentally sinful. You know, we want to believe that we're good people. You know, I'm a good person, you're a good person. Yeah, we make some mistakes. Yeah, we're not perfect. But like, if you dig deep down into Rebecca McLaughlin, what you'll find like goodness at the very heart. According to Jesus' teaching, you won't. Not that you'll not find any goodness, but actually Jesus says, out of our hearts come all these sinful thoughts and ideas and actions. And so when he dies on the cross, he really is dying to take the punishment for our sin. He is sacrificed in our place so that we can be completely forgiven and united with him. And I think, you know, one of the ways in which people misunderstand the sacrifice of the cross is they think, well, how can it be fair for an innocent person to be sacrificed in place of guilty people? And what they don't understand is that when we put our trust in Jesus, we actually are united to him even more profoundly than a husband and wife are united. The Bible talks about husbands and wives as being one flesh together, but we're united with Jesus in an even more profound way, to where our sin becomes his sin and his sacrifice becomes our sacrifice. So there's no kind of pulling us apart. It's not that Jesus is sort of random bystander hauled in to play for other people's sin. He's paying for the sin of his own, and he welcomes us to become his own.